Hello, people of New World. It's me, Lamani, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the top 3 easiest ways to make gold. And starting right away, hot and heavy, we're going to be diving into this first method. That is 2-perk gear. Now, you might be like, huh? But when we're looking and we're filtering through gear, you'll see I have health currently on. I'm going to be looking at Amis. There is 2-perk gear that is very, 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 very expensive. You can make a decent amount of money off it simply from PvE is the big one, but also PvP. So if we're looking, let's say it's a nature protection week, everybody wants health, nature protection Amis. And depending on your split, for instance, let's say I'm looking for just a pure con, or I'm looking for pure strength, pure dex, pure int, pure focus, anything like that. Look at how much just a 2-perk amulet is. Doesn't matter what the split is, but especially after you get past these dex ones, this is just a couple free 1,000 gold. If you happen to hit a 3-perk one that has health and then a specific elemental protection and then say divine or anything like that, but then it actually has a solid split, you can sell these for a solid amount of money. So I think the big thing here is make sure that you're looking at your 2-perk gear. So the first one that I would prioritize, I would never say look for weapons, but first one is health, elemental resistance next, and you will never need like health arcane protection or health lightning protection. I just want that to be known because those are not elemental mutator affixes. So if we look at protection again, we're going to be looking for health flame protection, health frozen protection, health nature protection, health void protection are the big ones. You can also, on that same note for PvP, people who are just getting a fresh alt, a fresh character, really look for health slash and health thrust. You can have health thrust protection, Ami next, sell for a little bit. I mean, this is actually really cheap. Like I would buy this out because I know I can sell it for higher, at least 2,000 gold. But as you look, people will be crafting these all the time. If you get a certain split, like a specific stat, you might be able to sell it for more. But regardless, let's say you're crafting a ton of these because you're trying to get Abyss on your character, you can at least make 2,000 gold. That is far better than you going and salvaging an item for just 3 gold. Some other ones to look for are going to be Rezil. So whenever an item has Rezil on it, you're going to want to check the second perk. I would say that Rezil refreshing, elemental aversion, or freedom, you can generally sell for some money. Again, you have to look at these splits, make sure you're filtering by 590. And then if you start to look, just depends on the piece. If we go to light armor gear and we take a look, at least 100 gold, right? But as you go, con, int splits, everything's higher. This isn't as much. The big one is the PvE gear. So PvP, you can still make 100 extra gold or so, a couple 100,000. It is still far better than even if I sold this for 100 gold, I would have salvaged it, got 3 or 4 gold, right? Well, that is infinitely more gold than a salvage. Yes, you could get some infused armor fragments, but still, even if you got a legendary one, it's not worth it. Freedom can be a decent one. Ellie aversion can be a solid one. And the only other thing that you could do is specific perks. So for instance, Rezil refreshing divine embrace on gear isn't something that commonly rolls. Some niche builds like to use it. And then boom, right? If you have 2-perk gear, you could sell it for at least a couple thousand. The last one is ward refreshing. Ward refreshing, a lot of people just take this as a 2-perk item. You'll start to see, especially if it's light armor, you start to be able to sell it for a couple thousand gold. And it really depends on your split. So like for instance, let's say I'm a healer. Well, I'm looking for focus pieces. The only light armor piece that I can see that keeps you in a light armor loadout is a light helmet for 4K. So right there, boom, if a healer needed something, you posted it, you could probably post it for 3.5. Somebody might buy it. You have to think about which ward is it this week to sell for a little bit more. And I would highly recommend holding that ward piece until it is that respective week. So for instance, it's Laz this week on Marama. I would be selling my ancient ward gear now, but ancient ward refreshing or any viable perk. So refreshing, divine embrace, mending protection, any kind of like enfeebling skewer, right? Some of those DPS perks that could be really solid. 2-perk gear for PvE is king and it sells. Now, the next way is probably the easiest way. Again, emphasis on easy with this video. But buy orders. Okay, this is self-explanatory, but let's say I log off with 32K. What did that do for me? Absolutely nothing. I'm about to leave for a week. What should I do? If I were to put in buy orders, say something like a juniper berry, and you can do this on any item where you can flip a profit. But if you start to look at it, okay, we have the juniper berry. I want to buy a bunch. Whatever it is, you can take these, buy them lower. You obviously have to think about taxes and fees, right? And what kind of discounts you do have. But theoretically, if we're thinking without the taxes and fees, you have to find the items that work. But if I were to buy these, I could buy them at 0.26. And then what happens? I can sell them at 0.5. Again, taxes in mind, make sure it's something that's actually viable. Or you take these and then you know, okay, I can craft these into something else. Say a hearty meal. I buy 10,000 of them. Well, I craft 10,000 hearty meals and I know I can craft a bunch of fish sauce. I can get sumptuous rabbits, all that kind of great stuff. And boom, my money is working for me. It's the same thing as in real life, right? You invest into stocks, you diversify your portfolio so that you can make money with your money. Why not do the same thing in New World? Use the buy order system to your advantage to either just buy items at a significantly lower price and then sell them significantly higher to account for taxes, or use them as a part of a system where you can constantly turn them into something else to make even more money. But this is probably the easiest way to make any money, even if you have 1,000 gold. Okay, let that 1,000 gold work for you and turn it into something better and different. And the last way is chest running. Now, I know this isn't everybody's favorite, but again, it is very easy to jump on a world tour, to go anywhere, and you can simply just play the RNG game. Maybe you'll get something to craft a trophy. Maybe you'll get a 3-perk BIS item that you can sell for gold cap. Maybe you won't get anything, who knows? Or you'll just get a bunch of 2-perk gear, then maybe something's worth it in there. The possibilities are just endless with a chest run, but what I want to say is prioritize doing your acid pools run. This is the one thing I think you should do all the time. Because if you look at the pools run, right? I go around, I'm opening up all these chests. You can guarantee that you'll get at least 2 scarabs per day. 1 to 2. I think generally I've gotten more days with 2 than I have 1. Let's say you get 2 scarabs in a day, and let's say they sell for 2K on that given day. Well, boom, you just got 4K. Do that across 7 days. If you want to spend that time doing it, that's 28,000 gold in your pocket that you just had to run around grabbing chests for. I think if you're not looking to do a whole world tour, at least try to do the Brimstone world tour to make some easy money, because again, more scarabs, more chances for things. But at the absolute bare bones, you're going to want to hit the link above. There's something in the top right corner that's going to be there, and it's going to show you the acid pools run. This is just a solid way to make income on any alt character, any fresh character, or your main character, because it's just guaranteed money in the bank. So make sure you check out that video. It's linked in the description below as well. And boom, you'll be rich. I hope you like all these methods. I know there's not a lot of interesting tactics here, but I had somebody jump into my Twitch chat and say, hey, what is the easiest way to make gold in New World? And I said, well, I don't know. Boom, video made. Anyway, these are the top 3 easiest ways with minimal effort to get as much gold as possible in New World. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And thank you to every single one of you beautiful people for being you. Peace.